Ever notice how most millionaires don't have fancy degrees, six-figure salaries, or those so-called dream jobs? You'd think they got rich by taking huge risks or starting the next big thing, right? But the truth is, 80% of them made their money doing things that seem, well, kind of boring. The stuff you've probably been told isn't even worth your time. Meanwhile, social media is packed with self-made gurus trying to sell you the next big secret to success. They say you just need to hustle harder, take more risks, and follow your passion. But here's the part they don't tell you. While you're out there grinding, the truly rich are kicking back, letting your hard work make them richer. Think about it. Why do 90% of lottery winners end up broke? Why do so many people who chase their dreams wind up drowning in debt? It's because the system isn't built to make you rich. It's built to keep you working. The financial advice you've been fed your whole life? It's a rigged game, and the rules were never made for you to win. Today, we're breaking down the top 7 lies rich people sell you to keep you poor. Lie number 1, follow your passion and the money will come. The biggest lie you've been told. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Just follow your passion and the money will come. Sounds great, doesn't it? But let's be real. How many people do you know who are passionate about something but still struggling financially? The truth is, passion alone doesn't pay the bills. Skills do. This lie is dangerous because it makes people believe that simply loving something is enough to make it profitable. But the harsh reality? The world doesn't reward passion, it rewards value. The wealthy know this, and that's why they keep selling the dream of passion over profit. It keeps people distracted, chasing hobbies instead of building leverage. Let's break it down. A barista might love making coffee, but they're earning $15 an hour. Meanwhile, the CEO of Starbucks, who probably isn't obsessed with perfect latte foam, makes $20 million a year. Why? Because they focus on solving problems at scale, not just doing what they love. They understand that money flows to those who create impact, not just those who follow their hearts. Now, does that mean passion is worthless? Not at all. But passion without profitability is just a hobby. If you want financial success, you need to focus on skills that scale. Learn to sell. Learn to negotiate, learn to build systems, invest wisely, and create businesses that solve problems people pay to have solved. That's how you turn passion into power. So instead of blindly following your passion and hoping for the best, ask yourself, how can I align my interests with something valuable? How can I develop skills that make me indispensable? That's the mindset that creates real financial freedom. Passion alone is a feeling, but passion combined with strategy, that's how you win. Lie number 2, work harder than everyone else. You've been told that success comes from working harder than everyone else. Hustle nonstop, put in 80-hour weeks, grind until you make it. Sounds noble, right? But here's the reality. Hard work alone won't make you rich. It's not just about how much effort you put in, it's about how you work. The wealthy don't trade time for money. They don't just work harder, they work smarter. While most people are grinding day and night, trying to squeeze a few extra dollars out of each hour, the rich are doing something different. They're building systems. They're hiring people, automating tasks, and investing in assets that make money while they sleep. Let's break it down with an example. Say you're a freelance graphic designer charging $50 an hour. Sure, you can work longer hours and take on more clients to increase your income, but there's a limit. There are only so many hours in a day. Now, imagine you create an online course teaching graphic design. Instead of trading your time for money, you're selling knowledge. The difference? With a course, you can earn unlimited income, whether you're awake or asleep. That's the power of leverage. Hard work is important, but if all you're doing is working harder within the same broken system, you'll never escape it. The key is to create scalability. Instead of asking, how can I work more hours? Ask, how can I earn without working more hours? That shift in thinking is what separates those who struggle from those who build real wealth. So yes, work hard, but don't just hustle aimlessly. Be strategic. Look for ways to multiply your efforts. Learn skills that allow you to scale. Sales, automation, investing, delegation. Stop focusing on working harder. Start focusing on working smarter. That's the real secret to getting ahead. Lie number 3. You need money to make money. You've probably heard this 100 times. You need money to make money. Sounds logical, right? But here's the truth. It's a complete myth. If that were true, how do people from average backgrounds go on to build multi-million-dollar businesses? How do first-time investors buy real estate with barely anything in their bank accounts? The answer: they use leverage. The rich don't use their own money. They use other people's money. They take out mortgages, secure business loans, attract venture capital, and use strategic partnerships to fund their ventures. They don't sit around waiting until they've saved up a fortune. Instead, they understand how to access money that isn't theirs and make it work for them. Let's take real estate as an example. Ever heard of house hacking? You buy a duplex with a mortgage, which the bank funds, live in one unit and rent out the other. The rental income from your tenant covers most, if not all, of your mortgage payment. In some cases, you might even live for free while your property appreciates in value. And guess what? You didn't need a mountain of cash to do it. You just needed a solid credit score, a reasonable down payment, and the ability to spot a good deal. This same concept applies to business. If you have a profitable idea, but no startup capital, you don't have to give up. Investors, crowdfunding, and small business loans exist for a reason. But here's the catch. Money doesn't just fall into your lap. You need a strategy. You need to prove why investing in you is a good decision. And that's where skills like persuasion, financial literacy, and networking come in. So stop believing that you need to be rich to get started. You start where you are, with what you have, and you learn to leverage resources that others overlook. Money isn't the barrier. It's knowledge. Once you understand how the game works, you realize that wealth isn't reserved for those who already have money. It's built by those who know how to get it. Lie number 4. A degree guarantees success. Go to college, get good grades, land a high-paying job, and life will be set. Sounds simple, right? But here's the harsh reality. A degree alone guarantees nothing. The world has changed. The economy has changed. And yet people are still following the same outdated playbook that leaves them drowning in debt with no clear path to financial freedom. Let's talk numbers. The college industry is worth over $1.7 trillion, yet nearly half of all degrees are already obsolete. Universities don't care if you succeed, they care if you enroll. That's why they'll gladly hand you a diploma in communications, while charging you 6 figures for it, knowing full well that employers aren't even looking at degrees anymore. Now, do the wealthy go to college? Yes, but not for the reasons you think. They don't go to Harvard because of the curriculum. They go because of the network. They're not there for lectures. They're there to meet future CEOs, investors, and business partners. Meanwhile, the average person is taking out massive loans for a degree that won't even guarantee a job interview. If you want to win in today's world, skills matter more than credentials. You don't need a degree to succeed. You need valuable, in-demand skills. Learn to code, master sales, understand marketing, build businesses, invest wisely. These are the things that create financial freedom. And the best part? You can learn most of them online for a fraction of the cost of a college education. So stop chasing a piece of paper and start chasing results. Build a portfolio, get certifications, gain experience. The truth is, the world doesn't care where you went to school. It cares about what you can do. A degree doesn't make you successful. Skills, strategy, and execution do. Lie number 5. Home ownership is the ultimate investment. You've been told that buying a home is the smartest investment you'll ever make, that owning a house is the key to stability, security, and financial success. But let's take a step back and ask a simple question. Who really benefits from this idea? Banks, lenders, the real estate industry, the government. They all want you locked into a 30-year mortgage because it keeps you compliant. It keeps you tied to one place, playing by their rules and paying them interest for decades. A house isn't just a home, it's a financial tool, and in many cases, it's a liability, not an asset. Think about it. When you buy a house, you're not just paying the sticker price. You're paying property taxes, interest, maintenance costs, insurance, and unexpected repairs, all while your money is locked up in an asset that may or may not appreciate at a meaningful rate. And if the market crashes, you're stuck with an expensive liability that could take years to recover. Now let's look at what the wealthy do. They own real estate, but they don't tie themselves down to it the way most people do. Instead of buying a single home and calling it an investment, they buy income-generating properties, rental units, commercial buildings, REITs, real estate investment trusts, or even raw land that appreciates over time. Their real estate doesn't just sit there costing them money, it pays them every month. So what's the smarter move? Rent where it's cheap and invest the difference. Instead of sinking all your money into a house that locks up your cash flow, put your money into investments that actually grow. Stocks, index funds, rental properties, or even starting a business. Financial freedom beats a white picket fence every time. Now, does that mean home ownership is always a bad idea? No, but it's only a smart move if you know how to make it work in your favor. If you buy in the right market, at the right time, and with the right strategy. Most people don't. They buy because they're told it's the American dream. But the real dream? Having the freedom to live life on your own terms without a 30-year mortgage keeping you stuck. Lie number 6. The stock market is your ticket to wealth. Everyone tells you to invest in the stock market. They say it's the key to building wealth, the ultimate way to grow your money. And sure, investing is important, but do you really understand the game you're playing? Because here's the hard truth, the market isn't as fair as it seems. In fact, it's designed to benefit the big players, not the average investor. Think about it. Who really makes the most money in the stock market? It's not the people buying shares on Robinhood or following tips from the news. It's hedge funds, high-frequency traders, and billionaires who move millions before you even get a chance to click buy. They get in early, scooping up shares at a fraction of the price. By the time an IPO, initial public offering, becomes available to the public, the real profits have already been made. You're left chasing small gains, hoping your stock picks perform well, while they're making money on an entirely different level. And let's be honest, how much control do you really have? Stocks rise and fall based on factors completely out of your hands. One tweet from a CEO, one global event, or one earnings report can wipe out months of gains in an instant. You're betting on companies you have no influence over, while the real wealth builders are doing something different. They own the game instead of playing it. So what's the smarter move? Instead of hoping for a 10% increase in a stock like Tesla, why not build something of your own? Owning a business, whether it's a side hustle, a startup, or a full-scale company, puts the power in your hands. When you create something, you control its growth, its profits, and its future. That's how real wealth is built. Think about the wealthiest people in the world. They aren't just investing in stocks. They're creating businesses, owning assets, and building empires. Jeff Bezos didn't get rich from Amazon stock. He got rich by owning Amazon. Elon Musk isn't wealthy because of Tesla's share price. He built Tesla, SpaceX, and other companies that generate billions. The stock market isn't the only path to financial freedom. If you really want to build lasting wealth, invest in yourself. Learn skills, start a business, and create assets that you control. Stop waiting for scraps from the table. Build your own table. That's how you truly win. Lie number 7, budgeting will make you rich. You've probably heard it a million times. Budget your money, cut expenses, stop buying lattes. And sure, saving money is important. But let me ask you, have you ever met a millionaire who got rich by skipping Starbucks? Exactly. The truth is, budgeting alone won't make you wealthy. Cutting out small expenses like Netflix or avocado toast might make you feel responsible, but it won't change your financial future. The wealthy don't obsess over cutting costs. They focus on expanding their income. That's the real game changer. Think about it. There's a limit to how much you can save, but there's no limit to how much you can earn. Instead of stressing over every dollar spent, put your energy into increasing your income. Ask for a raise. Develop high-income skills. Start a side hustle. Turn a hobby into a business. Find ways to create multiple income streams. A 10% increase in your income is far more powerful than cutting out small luxuries. This isn't to say budgeting is useless. It has its place. It helps you stay organized and avoid financial stress. But it should never be your only strategy. If all you do is cut back, you'll always be playing defense. Wealth is built by playing offense. So stop focusing on scarcity and start thinking about growth. What skills can you learn to make more money? What opportunities can you create? How can you position yourself for bigger financial wins? That's how you build real wealth, not by shrinking your lifestyle, but by expanding your earning potential. Don't just budget, build. Don't just save, scale. That's the mindset that will make you truly rich. If this message hit home, do something about it. Hit that like button so more people can break free from the lies that keep them stuck. Subscribe if you're ready to stop playing by the old rules. And drop a comment with one financial lie you used to believe. Let's expose them together. Look, the system isn't set up for you to win, but now you have the playbook. Stop listening to advice that keeps you small. Wealth isn't about luck, it's about strategy. Now go out there and break the rules.